it says that, okay, ping google.com and this IP address, and I got a response from from google.com all 4 times. Now if you notice, the IP address here of google.com is 173.194.112.146. But here in MS-DOS, the IP addresses of google.com is 74.125.236.210. So why is the IP address different of google.com when you ping it from MS-DOS and when you ping it from ping.eu? See, ping.eu is a website that allows you to perform ping using the ping.eu server. And the ping.eu server is somewhere in Europe. So when the European server tries to contact google.com, that server is sent to the Google server somewhere near Europe or in Europe. So that server's IP address is obviously different from the server that we are sent to when we use ping.com, when we use the ping command in MS-DOS. Because right now I'm in India, so when I'm pinging google.com from India, I'm being sent to the Indian server of Google. So that's why there's a difference in IP addresses. But essentially this is what ping is all about. Ping is a command that allows you to check the connectivity between you and the remote computer. Now the ping command is a lot of times compared to like a sonar system, where in the sonar system you send a particular, like a packet or some sound, and if there's a reflection and if you get a sound back or a packet back, then it means that there is somebody there. So that's exactly what happens in ping as well. So like I had mentioned earlier, the ping command makes use of the ICMP protocol, the Internet Control Message Protocol. The ICMP protocol allows you or allows ping to send a particular packet to the remote computer. And if you are online, if the remote computer is online, and if the connectivity between you and the remote computer is normal, then within a few seconds you will get a reply back. So step 1 in ping is that the attacker sends an ICMP echo request data packet to the target computer. And when the target computer or the victim computer receives that ICMP echo request packet, there could be 2 scenarios. One scenario is that the target computer is online and there is proper connectivity between you and the target computer, and as a result, in step 2, the target computer will send a ICMP echo reply back to you. So if you receive that reply, it means that the remote computer is online, you're online, and there is connectivity between the two. So there's no firewall blocking your request or anything like that. However, if there is no response, that means that either you're not online, or the remote computer is not online, or there's a firewall that is blocking the access. So that is what ping is all about. Let me go back to the MS-DOS or the ping.eu example. So when you go to ping.eu and when you type the website address that you want to ping in this space provided, what is happening is that the ping.eu server is sending an ICMP echo request packet to google.com. And then google.com, as soon as it receives that ICMP echo request packet, it is sending back an ICMP echo reply. So if you notice this line, let me highlight this line for you. So if you notice this first line, that is the ICMP echo reply that we have received from google.com. Now if you notice, there are 4 such lines in the output. Right? So essentially what is happening is, whenever you use the ping command, it will send 4 different ICMP echo requests to google.com. And for every ICMP echo request that google.com receives, it will reply or send back an ICMP echo reply. So that is why there are 4 lines in the output, because 4 times the ICMP echo request has been sent to the google.com server. Now if you look at the output, it also tells you packets transmitted 4. That means the ping.eu sent 4 ICMP echo requests, and packets received means it received 4 ICMP echo replies back from google.com. So there's 0% packet loss. And if you look even more at the bottom, it also tells you the round trip time or the RTT values. That essentially means that it tells you the amount of time it normally takes to send data to google.com and get a reply from google.com. So that is really useful to check connectivity issues or bandwidth issues that you may be having while using the internet. So that is what ping is all about. Now ping can also be used for a variety of other purposes. So ping can also be used for executing a denial of service attack. Well, not anymore, but one of the oldest examples of a DOS attack is using the ping command. And later on in the DOS attack lecture, we'll be discussing how ping was being used to execute a DOS attack. The second thing that ping can be used is for OS fingerprinting or OS detection and even firewall detection purposes. So if you remember, when I pinged ankitfaria.com, there was no response because there's a firewall running on it which is blocking ping. Because ping can be used for information gathering purposes or network reconnaissance purposes. So a lot of system administrators, they disable ping so that the attacker cannot find out what operating system you're running or other information about you and your system. So now that we understand ping, what are the different tools available for performing ping? So ping, as you just noticed, is actually already pre-installed in MS-DOS. But MS-DOS is not the most efficient way of performing ping. If you're using Linux, then even then ping is pre-installed in Linux. But along with the pre-installation versions of ping, you have various tools available like NetScan tools, SuperScan, Angry IP Scanner, NetScan tools, SuperScan, Angry IP Scanner, Nmap, and online websites like ping.eu. So that is what, these are the most popular ping tools that are available on the internet. So if all of you look at the screen, this is a screenshot of ping using MS-DOS. And again, there are 4 results or 4 packets that are sent, and there are 4 replies. And ping can be used to find out the IP address of the remote computer. So in this case, we know the IP address of the Google server. And it also can be used to find out the RTT values, the round trip times in milliseconds. So it tells you the minimum time, maximum time, and the average time for the data to be sent to the Google server and for it to be received again. This is a screenshot of ping.eu. I've already given a demonstration of ping.eu and also explained to you the output. I won't repeat that again. Let us now see how you can use ping using Nmap or Zenmap. Like I had mentioned earlier, Nmap or Zenmap is like the mothership of all network reconnaissance and information gathering tools. So no matter what kind of information gathering you want to perform, you can easily perform it using Nmap or Zenmap. So let me now give you the first demonstration of Nmap or Zenmap. So if all of you look at the screen, this is what Zenmap looks like. And what you have to do is, in this command field, you need to type whatever command you want to execute. So let me actually share with you the command. So what are we trying to do? We are trying to perform ping. And the command that you got to type is the following. Nmap, that's basically the name of the software, -sn -v followed by the victim. So let me type imt.edu. So nmap space -n space -v space followed by the victim IP address or website address or host name. Right? So let me now paste it over here. Press enter. Let us see what happens. So it says starting Nmap, initiating the ping scan. It says completed ping scan at so and so time. The host is online. So let me just copy this output into the notepad file so we can discuss it. So this is the output that we got. It says starting Nmap at so and so time, initiating ping scan, scanning imt.edu. So it first converts the host name into the IP address, and it is performing the scan on 4 ports. So 4 times it is going to try and find out whether the remote computer is online or offline. So initiating the scan, and then it shows you the result or the report. It says the host is up and there is no problem. So the IP address one host is up. It's scanned in 5.21 seconds. So this is how you can perform ping using Nmap. The command is nmap space -sn space -v followed by imt.edu. Now instead of imt.edu, let me change the victim to ankitfadia.in. That is my website. Let us see what happens. So I've changed the victim, and let me copy paste this command into Zenmap. Press enter. And once again, we get a similar response. One host is online and there is no problem. So that is how you can perform ping using Nmap. Now, the beauty of Nmap is that it has a variety of different options available. So we just saw how to use Nmap to perform regular ping. But there is something more that you can do using Nmap. There are more complex versions of ping that you can perform using Nmap. Let us see how. Now imagine that when you're trying to ping somebody or some website, it says that, oh, the host is down or it is offline. But you know that that website is actually online. So that typically means that there may be some firewall installed there. So how to bypass firewalls using Nmap while you're performing ping? So let me share with you the command that you got to type to bypass a firewall. So if the victim's computer has a firewall installed, then all you got to do is add one additional argument to the nmap command. And the command that you got to type is nmap space -sn space -v space -pn. pn means no ping. So what it basically does is, if the remote computer has a firewall that is blocking ping, then you can actually still perform ping, but not use ICMP packets. Because typically to stop ping or to block ping, the remote computer may use a firewall that is blocking ICMP echo request packets. But if you still want to use ping, then you need to perform ping without using ICMP echo request packets, which is what you can do by typing the -pn argument. So let us now see a demonstration of this. So I copy paste that command into this ZenMap software, and within a few seconds, if you notice, I get an output which says that the host is online and there is no problem at all. So if in case the remote computer has a firewall, you can still perform ping, you can still bypass the firewall by using the -pn argument in nmap. So how does this argument actually work? So instead of using ICMP echo requests that can easily be blocked by firewalls, what the -pn argument does is, it actually connects to port 80 or the website of the victim and checks whether it is online or not. So since it is connecting to the website, no firewall will block access to the website, because then there is no point of setting up the website at all. So that's why you are able to find out whether the remote computer is online or offline, despite the fact that the firewall installed on the remote computer may be blocking the ping packets. Now at this point of time, I like to actually introduce to you another concept known as ping sweeping. So up until now we have only discussed ping. But what is ping sweeping? See, ping sweeping is a technique where, imagine that the victim is a large bank, and maybe the bank has 10,000 computers, and you want to quickly find out of those 10,000 computers, which computers are online, which computers are offline. So if there are a lot of computers on the victim's network, and if you want to quickly find out which of them are online and which of them are offline, then you perform ping sweeping. So ping is usually against one computer, and ping sweeping is when you have to perform ping on multiple computers simultaneously or very quickly. So let me share with you the command that you got to type in nmap. I'll just write it in the notepad file. So the command that you got to type is nmap space -sn space -v space followed by a range of IP addresses that you wish to scan. So I'll explain to you the range very soon, but right now let me just copy paste this into ZenMap and press enter, because this will take some time for the scan to be executed. So while the scan is taking place, let me explain to you the command. So command is nmap -sn -v followed by the range of IP addresses. So if you notice, I've written 203.94.1.0 -255, which means that all the computers in the range of where the last octet of the IP address or the last 8 bits of the IP address is starting from 0 till 255 will be scanned, which basically means that they'll scan this computer, then they will scan this computer, then this computer, this, and so on, till 255. So essentially every single computer from the range where the last 8 bits are changing from 0 till 255 are getting scanned. So that is what ping sweeping is all about. And let's look at the output that we have received in Nmap or Zenmap. It is still executing or still performing the scan. So we'll just have to be patient. Because there are 255 computers that we are scanning, that's why it's taking some time. It can take up to maybe 2-3 minutes for the scan to be completed. So let's just wait for the scan to be completed. It's around 40% done. So I'm just going to wait while the scan takes place. So typically ping sweeping is done when you have a large range of computers or a large network of computers that you wish to scan, and find out whether out of that range of computers or out of the victim network, what computers are online and what computers are offline. So 43% done. So we'll keep updating you about the status of the scan so that you know that it's actually working and something is going on. So 47% done. So we'll just have to wait patiently for the entire scan to be finished. Now the advantage in this particular ping sweeping technique is that you don't need to manually one by one write commands for every single IP address that you want to scan. You just type one command and Nmap will do the rest, where it will just scan all the computers in the range that you have specified. So while this is continuing, let me actually show you some other tools that allow you to perform ping sweeping, and we'll come back and see the output of Nmap. So there's another software called Angry IP Scanner. Angry IP Scanner. It's a ping sweeping tool that allows you to quickly scan an entire range of IP addresses. So I'm just going to quickly open up this software on my computer. I hope I have that software on my computer. So if all of you look at the screen, this is the Angry IP Scanner software that is opening up on my computer. So essentially, you specify the range of IP addresses that you want to scan. So you type a from IP and then a to IP, and then click on start, and it will perform a ping sweep on all the IP addresses that are there in this range. As simple as that. So that was the Angry IP Scanner. You also have another software called NetScan Tools. NetScan Tools is another very useful ping sweeping tool that you can use to perform ping sweeping on a range of IP addresses. So let me give you a demonstration of ping sweeping using NetScan Tools. NetScan Tools and even Angry IP Scanner are both available as free downloads on the internet. Now this is what the NetScan tools software looks like. To perform a ping scan or a ping sweep, on the left hand side select scanning tools and then ping scanner, and then you can specify a range of IP addresses that you want to scan. So type a start IP and end IP and click on start scan, and it will start scanning or performing ping sweep on all the IP addresses that you have mentioned. So again, it will take a few minutes. In the meantime, I had restarted the ZMap scan because I thought that there's something wrong. It was going too slow. So now if you notice, it's already 56%. So both Nmap and NetScan tools is currently running, performing a ping sweep on the range of IP addresses that I mentioned. So if I go back to Nmap, if you notice, the output is now ready. It basically has shown me the status of all the different IP addresses that are specified in the range. So pretty much all the IP addresses are down, or there is a firewall that is blocking access to all these different IP addresses, right? Now, to find out whether it's a firewall or whether it's actually a case where all these IP addresses are down, what you can do is, in the command, type -pn, and then you run the command again. So -pn will avoid using ICMP protocol completely and will still try to perform a ping sweep scan for you. So that's the beauty of